Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm decluttering my palettes, and the majority of these are eyeshadow palettes, but I do also have some face palettes in there as well. And this video has been a long time coming because I've looked at this drawer and I have so many things in there, and I pretty much have not even wanted to look in it for the last year since I did my last declutter, because I just feel like that I'm so overwhelmed with it. There's so many products in there and I feel like I did actually pretty good in this video. Now, as you guys know, I have one face and I have so many face palettes and eyeshadow palettes, and I don't understand why someone needs that many. There are some that have expired, there are some that are just old, there are some that I've used, some that I haven't used. So all the ones that I haven't used, I will be giving them to friends and family or giving them to a new home. Things that have been lightly used, I'll give them to friends and family as well, and anything that's expired, I will be chucking it in the bin or recycling. If you want to see my other declutter videos, I'll link them down below or somewhere in this video for you, so you can check those out, because I love watching declutter videos, I love filming them as well, and I've done quite a few over the last few years on my channel as well. So anyway, if you want to see me declutter my palettes, then just keep watching. So this drawer is actually the one that I've been dreading the most. I really have too many palettes. The majority of these are eyeshadow palettes. I think I have the odd face palette that's been thrown in there, but just look at how many I have. This is overflowing. I actually found a bunch of these in a bag in a different room, and I think I probably decluttered them a while ago and then didn't know what to do with them, but you can see they've got dust on them, and I don't let any of my stuff get dust on them, so that's why I'm assuming that I probably decluttered them. So if I did, I can get rid of them again in this video, but there is way too many. I have one face, as you know, and for some reason I have an obsession with palettes that I don't really use. So we're going to go ahead and declutter all these. It's going to be slightly different to my last declutter series because there's so many here. I'm not going to put them out on the floor. I'm just going to go through them in the drawer and then just get rid of ones that obviously I know that I'm not going to use. So we're going to start off with this one. I have quite a few Morphe palettes, and I think I got rid of the majority. So this one is the 35K palette. I have used this a couple of times. I'm not going to use this, so you can tell that I probably decluttered it. But yeah, this is a beautiful palette. I just know that I'm not going to use it because I hardly go for Morphe palettes. Unless there's a specific shade in there that I want to use for a makeup tutorial, I just won't go for it. So I've also got this one, Beige Cosmetics. I swear I got rid of this one. This reminds me of one of the Morphe palettes. Going to get rid of this. This one, again, I swear I got rid of. You can tell that it's cracked right there, but it hasn't been used, it hasn't been opened at all, so that's going to go. Probably going to do a giveaway or something with these. I don't know if people would still want it if it's been damaged. Like, it hasn't been opened, but it's a little bit cracked, so just let me know if it's something that you'd be interested in if I did do a giveaway. Then I've got two Morphe palettes here. I've got the 35N. I think I used to like this palette. No, you know what? I've done probably a swatch in there and that's about it. But yeah, this one was the matte version of the 35W palette. I know I'm not going to use this, so that's going. I really need to like clean these palettes. Did I use this one? Because there's loads of stuff over it. The 35T. I can't even remember what one this was. Oh yes, I use this quite a lot, but I know that I'm not going to use it. You can see that I loved that one. I think this was when everyone was obsessed with Morphe palettes, like years ago. Like, Morphe were the palettes to go for. Another Morphe palette. This one is 35W, so this one is the shimmery version of that matte one. I only used this a couple of times, but I know that I'm not going to use it. Yeah, that's such a shame because it's a beautiful palette, and I paid, I think they were about £18 when I got these, so that was years ago. So yeah, that one's going to go to a new home because I just know that I'm not going to use it. Let me pop these over here. My Tartelette Taster palette. This one is my go-to. I absolutely love this. Look at how beautiful that is. Definitely going to keep that one. Another one that I've been going to, this is the Chanel Le Beige Warm palette. This one is amazing. This was in my Best of Chanel Beauty, but I did break it because I dropped it on the floor. So I broke that, but the shades are absolutely beautiful. You can see that I've gone into them so many times. So this one, if you want a Chanel eyeshadow palette, go for the Le Beige ones because they are incredible. I've got this Beige Cosmetics palette. Again, I swear I decluttered this one. So this one is an Iron Cheek palette. Haven't even opened this, but yeah, I will give that away to someone else because I know that I'm just not going to use it. Illuminate by Ashley Tisdale. If you guys remember this, I loved this makeup collection, but she has now discontinued it. But I managed to keep quite a few of the palettes and quite a few of the products because they were so good, and it annoyed me that she discontinued it because it was just amazing. So this one is a Goddess palette. This one's darker. I know that I'm not going to use this one. I don't really go for purples, so I will put that one probably in a giveaway. And then, oh, I have quite a few of these little Smashbox palettes. Let me see if I can find them. Yes, here they are. Oh, down here. So I've got 3 of these Smashbox palettes. I got these in a set years ago. And in all honesty, I think I probably used one of them. So I think this one's probably the one that I used. Yes, this one was beautiful. But this is so old. But I loved it, that's the thing. You know what? I'm going to keep it because I love it. But to be honest, I know it's old, so I don't know if I'm going to get rid of it in the next one. This one is the Spotlight palette. This one I absolutely love. I love the Spotlight palette. This one's just a smaller version of the original one. So I'm going to keep that because it's one of my favourite highlighters. This one is the Cover Shot Sultry Eyeshadow palette. See what we have. Absolutely beautiful, but I know for a fact I'm not going to use that. I hardly ever do smoky eyes, so that's going to go. Also, Smashbox is no longer available in the UK, so even if I wanted to use it in a makeup tutorial, you can't get it in the UK anyway. So yeah, this one is my Cab Cosmetics one. This one I have sort of like a, I don't know what I think about this palette. I mean, it's a good palette, but I don't know if I would rush out and get it again. But look at these shades. These shades are absolutely beautiful. You can see that I really went into this to use it. And you can see that most of the shades I used, like Sunset was beautiful. So they are very nice, but some of them are very close. So Dawn and Terracotta, they are so close to each other. These two, when you swatch them on the eyes, very close together. These 3 eyeshadows very close together. So that's the only thing. But it is a very nice palette. I think I'd probably recommend it if they had a coupon code. I do also have a coupon code for Cab Cosmetics, which I'll link down below, where you get 20% off of everything. So I'd recommend getting it if you get a coupon code, because it is very good. It's just I don't think personally I'd pay full price for it, but it is really nice. So I'm going to keep this one. The Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I have never opened this, but I bought this a couple of years ago because they had, I think it was a Black Friday sale, and everyone used to rave about this. My sister has this and she loved it. So I'm going to keep this because I have been meaning to use it, but I keep forgetting. And it's really annoying because it's such a beautiful palette. And then I have my Nikkie Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette. Oh, I got a sticker on there. That is disgusting. This is a stunning palette. This is one of the most amazing palettes that I've ever had. I love every single shade. I think there's probably about 1 or 2 that I didn't like, but this is an incredible palette. If you can get your hands on it, get it. And it's really affordable as well. I think when I last looked it was reduced to about £5, but originally it's like 25 anyway. But this is definitely worth the money. So I'm going to be keeping that because it is incredible. I have my Cab Cosmetics contour palette. I love this. As you can see, the mirror fell down, but this is so good and it suits a range of skin tones. So I can use this when I'm pale and also when I'm tanned. So when I'm pale, I will use Sand and Raw as my contour shades, and then I'll use Nude and Translucent for my lighter shades. But then when I'm tanned, I'll use these two, and they work amazingly. They also do a volume 2, which is a darker one. This I absolutely love. I recommend getting this from Cab Cosmetics because it is so good. And the pans are massive as well. Like, you can see the difference between the contour and the eyeshadow palette. That is how massive it is. Look at how big it is compared to my hand. It's massive. You know what? I haven't even seen the majority of these in such a long time. I even have a hair there. Ooh, yes. I haven't seen the majority of these for such a long time. So, yeah, it's going to be a shock for me when I see everything that's in here. So I have this Safe palette from Revolution. Oh, I used to love this palette. This one is Extra Spice. This was so good. You can see how well loved that is. But I think it might be time to get rid of it just because of how old it is. Oh, but I love it. Oh, I'm going to keep it for the moment. You know what? I'm going to put it in a maybe pile. Because of, I don't know how old it is. I don't know if I'd still use it. So, yes, keeping it there. This one is the Tarte Beauty palette. Hadn't even opened this, but I'm keeping this because I really wanted to use it, and now she's discontinued Tarte Beauty. So it's annoying when they end up doing things like that because they're so good. I even have a lipstick. This was a lipstick that I was missing for such a long time, so I ended up buying a new one. Oh, you're joking. This is a Colorie Shine #Bay. This is stunning. Look at that. Yes, if you can see, this is amazing. Oh, we've got loads more Morphe palettes back here. How many? Oh, I need to get rid of some of these. So I've got an extra 4 Morphe palettes. Let's make our way through them. So this one is 35p. This one I think is purple. This is stunning, and that is, but I'm not going to use it, which is sad. This one looks like it was well loved. 35F. Oh, I did love this palette. Yes, I love this palette. I'm going to keep this one. Even though I'm probably not going to use it, I'm going to keep it. 35O. Remember when everyone was obsessed with the 35O palette? Like, it is so beautiful. Yeah, we'll keep that one because it's really nice. And then this was when I had the newer Morphe, so you can see how old these are, that this was the newer Morphe palettes. And this one is the O2. Oh, this is beautiful. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to keep that one as well. So I did pretty well with the Morphe palettes. I think I got rid of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got rid of 5 of the Morphe palettes. So considering I had loads, I think that's pretty good. And then let's see what these are. Oh, the Revolution Iconic Pro palettes. Keeping those. These ones were brand new ones because I use the other ones. That is very nice. I don't use it though. I'm going to keep this and see if I use it. This one is the Red Velvet palette. Really pretty. It's colours that I go for. Nude Beach palette. Oh my god, I love this palette so much. But I don't know if I can get it. But I'm going to keep it because I love it. And I'm trying to find a replacement. Nude Tude. That's old. That's got to go. I've had that for years and years and years. And I can't use it because I know for a fact that my eyes are just going to go and explode. And then this is a MAC palette. I think I used this once. This was a Nutcracker collection for Christmas. I'm going to keep this because I think it's just really beautiful. Oh, got loads of small ones. The Peanut Butter palette from Too Faced. I really like this one, but I hardly ever used it. You know, I'm going to put it in the maybe pile. This one is definitely a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, but that needs to go. That is just gross. This one haven't opened, but it is pretty, so I'm going to keep that one. This one is the e.l.f. Jalapeno palette. I only use this at Christmas time. It's good pigmentation, but it's not as good as the other ones. So I'm going to keep this because I use it for Christmas. And then I've got my Friends Revolution palettes as well. Let's see. We've got Phoebe. That looks very nice. To be honest, I think I'm probably going to keep all 3 of them. That's nice. That's nice. Ugh, why can't I ever get rid of anything? This really needs to go. This is the Tarte Be You Naturally palette. This I got from QVC in a set years and years ago. You can see how well loved it is. But this is so old, it's probably going to give me an eye infection soon. So it needs to go. It's not very good. Wow, I've got loads of things in here. I got e.l.f. and I got R.E.M. Beauty. e.l.f. Berry Bad. This is incredible. Keeping that. And then this is the R.E.M. Beauty Baby Doll palette. I like this. I think it's probably the best thing from R.E.M. Beauty that I tried out. You can see how much I use this. I use that one, that one, that one, and then that one a lot of the time. I mean, it's a very nice palette. I don't think I'd recommend spending the money on it because with the Tarte palettes, they are a bit more expensive, but you get lots more of colour. And just the pigmentation is better. But this is a good palette, so I'm going to keep it because I do use it. This is a highlighter, so that needs to not be in there. This one is so old. This is a Dior 5 Colours eyeshadow palette. This one I got from Neil on our first Christmas. We've been together 13 years now. We just celebrated our 13-year anniversary, so that's how old this actually is. But I'm going to keep it because I will never get rid of it because it just reminds me of our first Christmas. And then I have another Tarte palette. This one is the Man Eater. They still do this and I really want to use it, so I'm going to keep that one. I have loads of Chanel eyeshadows, but I'm going to go through that in a sec. This one is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palette. I actually like this. I don't use it a lot. I probably should take this away with me, but it's just weird because I don't feel like the cheeks work amazingly with my skin tone. I'm not the biggest fan of the bronzer, but I do like the eyeshadows and the highlighter, so I'm going to keep this because it is a good palette for when you're travelling. Wow, here are some old ones. Smashbox palette. Have not used this one, but I really wanted it, so I'm going to keep it. I've had that for years. Oh wow, look at these. Okay, so we have the Carly Bible palettes. I'm going to keep these because I absolutely love them. From Beige Cosmetics. She needs to do another collaboration with them because this was so good. So I know they're old, but I'm keeping them because they're that good. And then I have two more of the Illuminate Cosmetics palettes. I'm keeping both of these. These are the Sun Goddess one because they're so good. And they're good for travel as well. So to be honest, I actually prefer taking this for travel than the Charlotte Tilbury one. And this one was much more affordable. But sad that it's been discontinued because I can't get it anymore. This one is the Sephora Aerial palette. Now, this palette, I got this years ago. The pigmentation is so bad. Like really, really bad. But look at this packaging. This is like a collector's piece. And I just think it's so cute. So that's why I'm keeping it, because it's a collector's piece. But honestly, the eyeshadows are really bad. I have ones from Poundland that are way better. And I think this palette, when it came out, was like $30. So yeah, it's expensive for what it is. The Nikkie Tutorials Power Makeup Palette. I actually like this. And I know a lot of people didn't like it. But this is so old. But it's Nikkie Tutorials, and I love Nikkie. Maybe Pile. That one's got to be maybe. Estee Edit. Oh, does anybody remember this? This is years old, but this cost me so much money. And this was shockingly awful. Like, really bad. Look at that. Why did I think that was a good palette? Like, it wasn't even good when I got it, and I think I spent like £40 on it. The only reason why I'm keeping it is in case one day it's going to be worth a lot of money. I don't know, because this lasted, was it like a season, like a year or something? So yeah, that was shockingly bad. Then I have this, then I have this palette from Givenchy. I'm going to keep this because this is a travel palette and I haven't used it yet. Oh, this is gross. It's literally because eyeshadows just go everywhere. I need to clean it. I will clean it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything back in here after I've done it. But I'll clean it off camera because it's going to take me a very long time to clean it off camera because that is really gross. I have another Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This one is the Riviera one. I got this from TK Maxx, so I'm keeping that one because it looks really beautiful. And then I have some Chanel eyeshadows. So let's see, what do we have? This one is the Imaginaire. I didn't like this one. I've used it a few times because easy colours, but it's so expensive for what it is. This one was the number 5 collection. So it is very, very pretty, but it's just, they're very samey, some of these colours. I mean, it's very nice, and I did do a full video on it when I tried them out, and it did end up being really nice. It's just, it's a nice little topper party look. This one is Warm Memories. This one's quite nice, actually. Loads of people love this one. I do really like the colours, but I feel like that these two are very samey on the eyes. That's the only thing. And then I have Intensity. I don't know how to pronounce it. But this one's actually really, really nice. See if I can show you. That's what it looks like. This is actually a really, really nice palette. I've used this a couple of times. And it's probably my favourite eyeshadow palette from Chanel in the quads. But like I said, if you do want a Chanel eyeshadow palette, get the Beige ones because they're just really good. And then the last palette I have is the Rare Beauty one. And this one is the True to Myself palette. This is so bad. Oh, I did not like this. You can see I've used it twice. And I did a first impression on it, which I'll link down below or something in this video for you. But this was so bad. It looks so pretty, but I'm going to get rid of that one because I just didn't like it. And then I think I'm going to have a little quick look at the ones that I said I'm keeping in case I want to get rid of any of them. I think it's probably time for me to get rid of the Smashbox one. It's just way too old. It needs to go. And then the Nude Beach palette. This one is so old. Yeah, it needs to go, which is sad because I love that eyeshadow palette. But yeah, I think that's probably everything. Oh, actually, I'm going to re-look through my Morphe palettes because I can't keep these Morphe palettes. They're just not good. Okay, so I'm going to keep the O2, but I'm going to get rid of the 35O because it's just so old. It just needs to go. And then this one, 35F. Yeah, this is, oh, but it's so pretty. But it's so old. I'm going to keep this one for the moment. Yeah, I've decided, I know I shouldn't have. I think I'm just going to keep all three of these. I'm just going to do it because they're really nice. And I'm going to see if I can find any dupes of them. And then if I can, I will toss these ones and then get some new ones. But like I said, I think I'm just going to put everything back just so I can see how much room I have. And then afterwards, off camera, I am going to clean it. But I know that some people say that it's gross in my declutters. But this is literally because of one eyeshadow palette broke. And the eyeshadow palette is this one. You can see that it's just got all of its stuff under here. It's just gone everywhere. This is literally from this one eyeshadow palette. So I know that someone's going to moan and say it's gross, but that's what happens when an eyeshadow palette breaks. It explodes everywhere. So this is what it's looking like right now, and it looks so much better than it did before. You can see I have so much more room. There are obviously some that I can get rid of next time I do a declutter, just because I know I'm not going to use some of them, and I feel like I got rid of quite a lot. But this is what it's looking like now. You can see, like I said, it is very dirty, but this is going to be cleaned out after this video, so it can get rid of all this eyeshadow that has gone everywhere and exploded. But you can see that I put at the bottom and also over here all the ones that have expired because I don't really want to use them, or things that potentially could be expired and I'm a bit worried that, you know, could give me an eye infection. So that's something, so that's why I've kept those at the back. But this is what it looks like, and I feel like I can actually see all of my eyeshadow palettes so much better now. It's not overflowing and I can pretty much see everything I have in there. So I'm now just going to count up how many palettes I'm getting rid of, and I can already see that it's a massive pile, and I'm so proud of myself because I didn't think I would get rid of that many. So I've just counted up and I'm getting rid of 16 palettes, which is crazy when you think I actually had 16 palettes that I didn't use or had expired. That is just ridiculous to have that many eyeshadow palettes and face palettes. But like I said, there are some that I can probably get rid of in the next declutter because I just feel like that some of them are too old and I just want to see if I do get my use out of them. So this is my palette declutter. If you want to see the rest of my declutter series, I will link them down below for you so you can check those out. I have done these for the last few years and I have quite a few videos, and I know that you guys do like to see what I managed to get rid of. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and make sure to give it a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!